faculty and the governing council members can occupy the front rows. Dignitaries on the dais, Dean Dr. A.R. Rajgopalan, Associate Dean Professor V.J. Lawrence, Provincial Father Dionysius was, Director Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza. Please be seated. Dr. APJ Kalam said, "Dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action." Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Director, Dean, and faculty members, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you who have gathered the 7th Annual Convocation Ceremony of St. Joseph Institute of Management. With the hope that your dreams will take you to the corners of your smiles, to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places your heart has ever known. I would like to request the Chairman, Reverend Father Dionysius was SJ, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the 27th Convocation of St. Joseph's Institute of Management open.
Thank you, Father. It only takes a spark to get a fire going. Light has always been symbolic of knowledge and wisdom. We will now have lighting of the lamp as a symbolic gesture of that flame that burns within each of us. May I request Provincial Reverend Father Dionysius was SJ, Chief Guest Mr. Viswanath PS, MD and CEO Randstad, Director Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza SJ, Dean Dr. A.R. Rajgopalan, and Associate Dean Professor V.J. Lawrence to come forward for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you, dignitaries. To invoke the God's blessing, I request Ms. Anu Alex to read from the Holy Bible, Ms. Tasmiya to read from Holy Quran, and Ms. Nityashri to read from Bhagavad Gita.
A reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verses 1 to 9. We can make our own plans, but the Lord gives the right answer. People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives. Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed. The Lord has made everything for his own purposes, even the wicked for a day of disaster. The Lord detests the proud. They'll surely be punished. Unfailing love and faithfulness make atonement for sin. By fearing the Lord, people avoid evil. When people's lives please the Lord, even their enemies are at peace with them. Better to have little with godliness than to be rich and dishonest. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. The word of the God.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. Surah Rahman, chapter 55, verses 1 to 13. The Most Merciful taught the Quran, created humanity, and taught them speech. The sun and the moon move with precise calculation, and the stars and the trees bow down in submission. As for the sky, he raised it high and set the balance of justice so that you do not defraud the scales, and establish weight in justice and do not make deficient the balance. He laid out the earth for all creatures. In it are fruit and palm trees with date stalks and grain with husks and scented plants. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny?
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. Karmanye vadikaraste ma bhaleshu kadachana ma karmapala heturbuhu mate sangostva karmani. Meaning, every individual in this universe has choice in their life to do or not to do something or do it differently. Some events are beyond our control. This is because the results are based on many other factors that are invisible. For this reason, we should focus on the process and not the result. It is a known fact that everyone strives towards achieving the result. Dwelling on the end results can create pressure that hinders our performance during the process. Therefore, we should concentrate on the process and not the result. Every individual is like a cog in the wheel of the universe. Thus, it is imperative for each one of us to do our duty with the utmost sincerity for our personal good as well as for the welfare of the mankind.
Thank you, students. I now request our Director, Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, SJ, to welcome all invitees as well as present the annual report for the academic year 2022-2024.
The chief guest of the day, Mr. Viswanath PS, EMD and CEO, Randstad India. Reverend Father Dionysius was SJ, Provincial, Karnataka Jesuit Province, and Chairman of SJIM Governing Council, members of the Governing Council and the Academic Council, dignitaries from our sister institutions, Reverend Fathers, members of the teaching and non-teaching staff of SJIM, student volunteers from the first year PGDM, and friends, parents, and my very dear graduating students. I take great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to you all to this happy occasion. At the outset, I am extremely grateful to Mr. Viswanath to have found time to be here this evening and deliver the 27th Convocation Address. About the chief guest, Viswanath PS, also known as Vishy in the business world, is the Managing Director and CEO of Randstad India, one of India's largest talent company. He previously served as the company's CFO for 5 years before transitioning to the CEO role in July 2021. Viswanath is known for his strong leadership and financial expertise. He has played a key role in driving Randstad India's growth and profitability. He has also been involved in transforming the company's culture and expanding its consulting business. Ladies and gentlemen, let us extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Viswanath PS. Sir, your achievements and stature are truly inspirational to our students. It is now my privilege and pleasure to present to you with humility the annual report for the academic year 2023-24 on the occasion of our 27th annual convocation, a peek into the achievements of our institution. I am proud of the incredible things they do under incredible circumstances. I mean, the graduating students have an important role in shaping the future of the world in general and our nation in particular. Graduates, your career is commencing now at an intense competitive environment. Nations have come together as never before in the recent past, and the geopolitical divisions have been thrown into sharp relief to overcome the injustices and inequalities of this world. But the history teaches us that the education is one area in which nations can join hands across ideological divides to solve shared dreams. The Indian education system and its ethos is pioneering the cause of preparing graduates for opportunities that humankind has never heard before. Higher education institutions are collaborating with other overseas institutions in jointly framing the curricula that will prepare future students for global exigencies. For all the downsides of the current disruptions, you must remember that this is an incredibly exciting time to be entering the workforce. You are living through an era of breathtaking change. Ask yourselves, what is the future of work? What is the role of companies in society? What will employers expect from their employees, and vice versa? You also need to cultivate an altruistic mindset and have the virtues of confidence, happiness, and open-mindedness, all of which you have nurtured during these last 2 years of your studentship at SJIM. Remember that the battle is never won till the last ball is bowled, the last run is scored, or the last wicket is taken. We are all in the IPL age, and hence graduates keep a purpose. Remember this definition of corporate purpose from Colin Mayer, a business professor at Oxford University. Producing profitable solutions from the problems of people and planet, and not profiting from creating problems. That's an appropriate benchmark for measuring which company to work for and what to work for. Thereafter, the next part is to identify what you can do to fulfill that purpose. And here is the challenge for you today. How can you make the greatest impact within the hours you spend at the work? If this question intrigues you, then these are the golden keys to your success. Ask questions, be communicative, look for opportunities, pay attention to detail, and set boundaries. My dear graduates, please remember 3 Ds that will define your lives and success: dedication, devotion, and duty. Notwithstanding, we are here today by the grace of Almighty. Many congratulations to all of you, and I take immense pleasure and pride in welcoming you to this convocation. I am happy to express my hearty satisfaction of fulfilling your and your families and your loved ones' expectations. I also feel proud of your parents in sailing through the hard times along with you and us. I'm lost for words in expressing my deep gratitude to them, your parents and family members. Your days in SJIM. The St. Joseph's Institute of Management, SJIM, is a half-century-old institution. Innumerable visionary leaders, teachers, administrators, workers, and students have contributed to its growth. The institute stands tall by steadfastly adhering to the highest standards of ethical and moral values. I am thankful to you graduates of 2022 for having gone the way beyond expectations in organizing and conducting curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. You have been more than a mentor to the junior batch who have had lessons to learn from you, from the benchmarks that you have set for others to follow. Herein, I place on record the excellent and timely work carried out by the COE and ably supported by all the faculty and staff members in publishing the results, thereby paving the way for this graduation ceremony. Father Chairman, I am now presenting this report in 3 parts: curricular, co-curricular, institution, and extracurricular. The curricular. Accreditation and rankings. The NBA accreditation has now paved way for the expansion of the institution and maintain highest degree in the quality of management education that we impart. And SJIM is now the member of AACSB International, which will set us on par with top global business schools. SJIM has secured a coveted position among the top 125 business schools in India in the NIRF ranking of 2023. The SJIM Research Center. SJIM Research Center is now fully approved center by the University of Mysore for the PhD studies. 8 part-time students are currently pursuing the doctoral degree program in management and commerce domain. 3 of our faculty members secured funded research projects from national as well as international agencies. Our faculty published 15 papers and cases in the reputed ABDC, Web of Science, and Scopus databases during 2023 and 24. Faculty members also presented papers in national as well as international conferences. For the first time, 59 students are individually guided by the faculty to conduct research leading to publications. SJIM's distinguished professor, Dr. 𝐻𝐵𝐵𝐸𝐿 is a regular writer on business and economic topics in the Business Line newspaper. Placements. SJIM has seen recruiters visiting our campus regularly for hiring our students. New recruiters had evinced interest for recruitment in all domains: finance, HRM, marketing, or operations. New recruiters continue to be added to the list of existing recruiters, including Randstad, Acer India, Alstom, Bosch, Hudson Bay, Lovis, Walmart, to name just few. Despite encountering a noticeable slowdown in the recruitment sphere this year all over the globe, we are pleased to report that our efforts have yielded promising results. As of now, we have successfully placed approximately 80% of our students. With some more companies scheduled for recruitment in the coming weeks, we hope that all students will get placed in due time. The current batch of first-year students of PGDM have joined various organizations across India and is pursuing the internship assignments. Memorandums of understanding. SJIM has signed MOUs with Infosys, Mazumdar Shah Medical Foundation, and Indian Institute of Materials Management for industry-academia collaboration. Rural Immersion Program. During September-October 2023, SJIM students participated in Rural Immersion Program and interacted with the members of various communities in rural Manvi, Bijapur, and Hanagal areas of Karnataka and gained meaningful insights into uplifting the downtrodden and underprivileged members of our society. The visits offer students a profound connection to the realities of rural life in India, which is inconsistent with the value-based Jesuit education, the highlight of SJIM. International Conference. SJIM hosted Utkarsh 6th International Conference on the theme Leading Digital Transformation during February 2024. The two-day event saw eminent personalities from the fields of business, academics, public speaking, consultancy, entrepreneurship, and culture come together under one platform to share their thoughts, experiences, and perspectives to an economic recovery. A panel discussion on the ethical and social concerns of digital transformation journey was the highlight of the conference. As part of the practical learning, SJM students visited companies such as Coca-Cola, Retail India, which substantiated their classroom learnings. Several guest lectures by the industry professionals were held across all domains of study. The curricular and institutional activities. 𝐒𝐵 2023. Our students successfully hosted 𝐒𝐵 2023, an intercollegiate fest. This event had a participation of about 300 students pan-India, which included 12 domain areas in business and management. Pinnacle 2023. SJM students conducted the Intra-Collegiate Management Fest during August 2023, which brought together the elements of fun and education. More than 180 students from the first year participated in the event. My hearty appreciations to all of you students. Conclaves. Academic life in SJIM is shaped by a combination of curricular and co-curricular work for the students. Finance, HRM, marketing, and operations groups had their share of events during the last academic year and drove different themes for expert presentation and panel discussions, all of which were more significant wherein the student participation in the Q&A sessions was intense. An array of 13 illustrious speakers from the industry participated in the conclaves and offered insightful observations about current trends in the industry. SJM encouraged student participation in management fairs, both in campus and online, and in cultural fairs across Bengaluru and all India, which saw several awards and prizes being won during 2023 and 24. Alumni events. The SJM annual alumni reunion was held in February 2024, which brought together students of past batches to interact with the SJM community while also encouraging current students to kickstart their careers by networking and bonding with their seniors. The annual SJM Albers International Business Plan Competition organized by SJIM and the Albers School of Business and Economics of Seattle University has student participation across 5 countries. Societal activities. A blood donation camp was organized in association with Narayana Health in February 2024. The camp saw an enthusiastic participation of a large number of students, faculty, and staff members, which resulted in collection of 106 units of blood. A student-driven initiatives, a sanitary pad vending machine, a drink and snack vending machine have been installed. In addition, SJIM students organized and successfully conducted Little Christmas on campus. Students visited orphanage and blind school home to donate clothes and food items. A health checkup camp was organized on campus for the faculty and staff in collaboration with Narayana Health. The 56th SJIM Foundation Day. The 56th SJIM Foundation Day was observed on 14 March 2024. A total of 88 scholarships were announced under merit, means, and entrance test categories. SJIM Eminent Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award. SJIM has instituted the SJIM Eminent Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award. Each year, we recognize an individual or a leader of a group or organization that has applied a sound business model to address with impact a social or environmental injustice. Awardees receive a citation and cash prize. The SJIM Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award for 2024 was presented to Mr. Srikanth Bolla, co-founder and CEO of Bolland Industries Private Limited, a trailblazing eco-friendly paper product company. It is to be noted that Mr. Srikanth Bolla lost his eyesight at childbirth. The extracurricular sports meet. The Joseph Premier League JPL competitions with the motto "Healthy Body Leads to a Healthy Mind" ran over 3-month period, which included many sporting events. Cultural events. SJIM celebrated cultural events on campus which showcased their art, music, and dance skills of the students. Independence Day, Karnataka Rajyotsava, Republic Day, and in addition to the various cultural activities were observed on campus which were student-driven. The way forward. SJIM is moving towards 100% outcome-based education as stipulated by the NBA, which is being spearheaded by the Academic Council consisting of the best minds in the industry, academia, alumni, apart from our own faculty. SJIM is in the process of revamping its curriculum that will be in tune with this objective, and we sincerely hope that the industry would find it easy to see the value of SJIM students. The revised curriculum will be effective from 2024. SJIM has included business analytics as a functional stream and is available as an elective stream to the students. This will be aligned to the existing PGDM and SJIM Incubator Catalyst Center and will be an added advantage for the students who choose analytics as a specialization option. Before I conclude, as Dr. Venkatesh Raj, our esteemed finance faculty, prepares for superannuation, we reflect on his invaluable contribution to our institution. With several years of experience, Dr. Venkatesh Raj leaves behind a legacy of excellence in financial education. His dedication, expertise, and mentorship have enriched the learning journey of countless students. We extend our hearty gratitude and best wishes to our sir. To all our graduating students, my dear students, I urge you to carry the SJIM values in all your personality and dealings now and always in future, and care for your alma mater. We are very sure that you will make yourselves proud, your institution proud, your families proud, your societies and communities proud, all those you will come into contact with. It is on this note that I stand before you now and again to pray to Almighty God to be a light unto your heads and a lamp unto your paths. To conclude, there is an old expression on how people live to work while others work to live. But there doesn't seem to be that dichotomy. Play hard within the rules when you play, and work hard when you are at work. The 3 Ds come back again. Be dedicated like Virat Kohli, be devoted like an MS Dhoni, be dutiful like Rahul Dravid. I'm extremely grateful to Almighty God for the wonderful way in which He has guided the vision of this institution for the last 50 plus years. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Mr. Viswanath PS, for accepting to be part of this convocation ceremony and deliver the convocation address. I'm grateful to our Provincial for the Dionysius vase and the Rector for the Brian Pereira SJ for their guidance and support that they extend to SJIM on a regular basis. With their continued support, SJIM will reach great heights in the years ahead. Thank you, one and all present here. God bless us all.
Thank you, Father. May I now request Dean, Dr. A. Rajgopalan, to welcome the chief guest with a bouquet of flowers. May I now request our director to welcome the chairman, Reverend Dionysius Vas SJ, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, Father. May I now request Dr. Anup Krishnamurthy to introduce the chief guest and invite the chief guest to deliver the convocation address.
Good evening, everyone, especially my dear graduating students. Many of you have sat through my lectures over the last 2 years, but never have I seen you sitting with such big smiling faces. And yes, you should be happy and proud of what you have achieved during your time here at SJIM. To mark this special occasion, we have the privilege of listening to one of the leaders of the Indian business landscape, Mr. Viswanath, MD and CEO of Randstad India. Mr. Viswanath is a business and finance veteran with 3 decades of experience across multiple industries. He's a chartered accountant from the Institute of Chartered Accountants India and a certified black belt in Six Sigma. As a pragmatic leader, Mr. Viswanath's track record reflects his commitment to accelerating growth through the implementation of financial and operational strategies that are geared towards sustainable growth and profitability. At Randstad, Mr. Viswanath has championed many transformation initiatives, from overhauling the financial structuring and planning process to implementing policies, procedures, and systems to enable quick and informed decision-making, all the while enhancing productivity. His vision and hard work have seen him turn around even non-performing business units into profitable ones in record time. Mr. Viswanath brings with him experience not just from Randstad, but from different organizations like General Electric, Motorola, the TVS Group, where he has held many leadership positions. Matching with his varied experience is also his enthusiasm for different sports like running, yoga, and cricket. His definition of relaxation is spending time in nature to recharge and get ready to tackle the next business problem. It is said that there are many who receive advice, but only the wise profit from it. So, my dear students, make good use of the opportunity you have today to learn from the experience and vision of a true business leader. Mr. Viswanath, welcome, sir. We invite you now to deliver your address to our students.
Thank you for the introduction, and good evening, all of you. And thank you, dignitary on the dais, to have me here. It's really a privilege to be with you all today. On this occasion where this convocation is happening, the 27th year in succession. So it's really a proud moment for all of you. When I was actually amidst all these costumes and photographs, it gave me a deja vu feeling of 34 years ago, right? When I graduated out of Mangalore after doing my BCom. And I think we still have that 1986 batch. We are live on WhatsApp. I'm wondering what would have happened to this world without WhatsApp, right? So it's really connected all of us together. Every 5 years we get to meet as an alumni, and it's it's such a nice thing to see how each one of us have progressed in our careers, right? And everybody is pursuing their passion. There is nothing which is, somebody is really outgrown, somebody is here, but we were all students. We all studied in the same college. The same teachers taught us, but we chose different paths, right? And I really look forward to that 5 years every time we go and meet. And lately, I think we are seeing people who are living this world, So I had a couple of friends who actually passed away this year. So I think, but that's life, right? I did not prepare any speech, and I really love to speak from my heart. So I want to tell a little bit about Randstad, right? So I work for a company which is, the tagline for that company is Partner for Talent. Now, who is talent? Talent is all of you who are just graduating out and getting into the corporate world, right? Think for a minute about what's happening around us globally. If you look at the big countries, North America, they are running a huge problem of talent scarcity. The reason why we call Bangalore as the Silicon Valley is because there is talent scarcity in North America, and all the IT companies, the IT services companies in India, which have thrived in the last 20 years, is because work needs to be done, and the talent is sitting in India, right? Let us look at Europe. Europe has again a huge labor shortage. They need drivers, they need forklift operators, they need plumbers, electricians. Everything is scarce in Europe, right? And it's also a question of an aging demography. Let us shift to Asia. Again, Japan, an aging population. 65 to 70-year-old people actually have to go and work because the country doesn't have people, right? I see in some of our company in Randstad, I still see 75 and 76-year-old people actually doing work, right? Come back to India, 1.4 billion people. The average age of the country is about 29 to 30 years. These are the youth, these are the future workforce. So I think you all should feel proud about where you are today and the opportunity that lies ahead of you in terms of not just supporting the country, but also the whole world. Because I'm sure you're all reading the news that come in the media, right? Especially after COVID, especially after 2020, the world has become borderless. Work can be done anywhere. I know in my generation, getting to the US was the biggest ambition, right? I want to graduate, I want to go to the US. That's the only way I can make my career, right? But I think, and even in my mid-career, maybe 15, 20 years before, if I had got a job offer in any part of the world, I would have perhaps thought, wow, that's a great deal. I should pursue it. But I think things have changed. Things have changed so much that I think if you are in India and if you are young, getting into workplace, I think you are in the right place at the right time, right? And the world needs us. Our nation needs us, right? So I think we all should feel proud about where we are today. Look at the number of foreign direct investments that are happening. That's a reflection of the sentiments about the country. We call it, and because here I heard Father say that you're all graduating out of finance, HR, marketing, operations. You know, if you think about where are the potential jobs that will come for these positions, you know, it's basically the global capability centers which are coming to India. So one is the problem of labor or the talent availability. Second is, you know, it's also about the cost. I think I was actually talking to someone and I said, you know, we were actually talking about disruption, right? There is always this fear about, oh, AI will come take away all of our jobs. There is this company called 𝐻𝐸𝐵. You know, it's like, I think you all know the Urban Ladder and those companies in India. Similar, 𝐻𝐸𝐵 is a company in the US. What they do is they do home maintenance. You know, they clean the home, the carpets, you know, the garden, you know, and all that. That's their job. And they used to get 60,000 calls per day from all across the North America for people to book an appointment, and then somebody in the call center picks up. They had 600 people in the call center. Their job is to pick up, book an appointment, send a service representative, collect the payment, and all that. 600 people every day working on picking up calls. They recently, about 4 months ago, they actually deployed an AI robot, right, to take the calls. Everything is automated. There is no job for these 600 people anymore. No appointments are missed. The AI does the job so beautifully and so efficiently that there is no question of human error. Appointments are on the dot, right? So what's going to happen? These are the jobs which, if AI can do something more efficiently than humans, I think it's going to kind of displace some of these mundane jobs. So as students, what becomes important? I think it's about following the market, being creative in your thinking, being a little bit more curious about how I can upskill myself to things that are going to be, you know, coming faster in the future, disrupting in the future. So this kind of conversation is what we were having, and the discussion went to 2040. When you think about 2040 disruption, you always have this fear, you know, how can I predict the future? I don't know what's going to happen even tomorrow, or I don't know who is going to win the IPL, right? But we are talking about 2040, which is several years from now, and what's going to change. So the moment you think about the future, the first thing that comes is fear. Second, and fear can be a very silly thing, right? It kind of creates, breaks your confidence, and you cannot make decisions, and sometimes you also take wrong paths. So in this conversation, the other way of looking at it is, instead of thinking about 2040, what is going to change, think about what is not going to change, right? So if you are in a business, what is not going to change? Your customer's expectation. They are still going to say, I want things, the best quality, at the lowest price, at the fastest cycle time, right? So if Apple is making this phone, they would be worried, okay, we also see so much of disruption in this industry. Now camera industry is disrupted. We all know about what happened to Xerox, right? Xerox did not think about what's going to, how their industry can be disrupted. Now you can take Xerox through your phone, right? By the way, Xerox is actually a company name. The task that they do is photocopying, but nobody remembers photocopying. Everybody calls it Xerox. It became so synonymous, right? But today, I think nowhere there. Look at Kodak, right? In my age, we used to take that films, 36 films. You take pictures, you never know how much of them have come out well, and you have to go and develop them. But Kodak believed that nobody can disrupt their films, right? And then came the digital technology, and then came smartphones. I think now nobody uses a camera, which is other than maybe some professional film shooters, right? So I think it's always going to be concerning about when you think about the future. So you always think about what's not going to change, and what's not going to change is, okay, if I'm building an Apple phone, is this the lowest cost? Is this the best quality? Am I able to deliver it in the fastest turnaround time, right? And if you focus on that, I think you will be a lot more confident about what you are designing, right? I don't know if any of you read books. I read a lot of books. There is this book called Good to Great by Jim Collins, right? It's a phenomenal book. The first page, if you just flip the cover, there is something written in that, in the first page. And that's the most profound statement in that book. It says, good is the enemy of great, right? Now, we all aspire to be good. How are you? You say, I'm good, right? How are you doing well? How is your job? I'm doing well in my job. I'm feeling good about it, right? The moment you get satisfied with good, I think, you are going to do things which are very mediocre. So always aim for something great, and then I think the outcomes would come. And it's a great book. And then Jim Collins talks about two things: what make great leaders, right? And often when we think about great leaders, we always think about the people who we actually see in media, we see in action. Maybe somebody would say Elon Musk, right? Somebody would say, those are the big names that come to your mind, right? But if you look at Jim Collins' book, he has written about 20 leaders who he considers them as great leaders, and they were chosen after a lot of research about what they did. You wouldn't believe, none of them were people who were famous in the media, famous in television, famous in, where people talk about them. But it's about one common trait which they found, which he found in those leaders. It's about fanatic levels of discipline, right? And what do you mean by fanatic levels of discipline? It's about when you get up in the morning, and obviously I'm an early riser. I rise up by 4:45. By 5, I'm in the home gym. I spend about 1 hour and then half an hour just about, calming my mind, preparing for the day, right? And the discipline is all about that fire in the belly when you get up in the morning, that I want to make this day special. I want to achieve this something on this day. And it's all about incremental improvement. I want to do better than yesterday, So if you have that mindset, I think you're going to go over a period of time. If you do it again and again and again, I think you're going to be extremely successful, right? So if you get a chance, read that book. So he talks about fanatic levels of discipline and consistent improvement, which you keep doing every day. And then I think he also talks about a professional will, right? So I think Father talked about purpose. So I think everyone needs to have a purpose, Why do I exist? If you ask yourself that question, you will be able to define your purpose. And then sometimes I ask, my colleagues, people who join young into our office, ask them, what's your purpose in life? Most often the purpose is, I want to own a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. I want to buy a house. I want to earn money. I want to have so much bank balance, right? These are great purposes. I'm not saying they're bad, but they are for your own self. I believe in having a purpose which is outside of myself. What can I do to society? What can I do to my colleagues? What can I do to my network, right? So I'm basically a chartered accountant. I worked in companies like Motorola, GE, great brands, phenomenal companies. I learned a lot, but one thing was missing. Even in those companies, there are businesses or units which are in distress, right? Not doing well. And the management always used to have a question, oh, should we keep it? Should we shut it down? Should we sell it, right? Obviously, no company wants. So if some body part is cancerous, you want to just get rid of it, right? So why do organizations, why are they in these kind of situations, right? So I was the CFO in these companies, in those times, in those units. I looked at the market. Market is great. I looked at the products. The product of these companies were great. But then what was missing, right? Organizations are made of people, right? And the people who behave in a certain way, who the business principles, the values, the foundation, the integrity, the attitude, all these make companies thrive or struggle to survive. So the people is the difference, and you can have any number of artificial intelligence, robot, technology advancements, but if the people in the organizations are not doing what they are supposed to do, or are not working in a cohesive way, collaboration, curiosity, intellectual curiosity, organizations will not make progress. I often tell myself, there is a Randstad board in front of our office, right? And when I see a lot of students who join us, I ask them, tell me name of great companies. And often I hear Amazon, Google, these are the names which come. But they have not even joined any corporate. They are right out of college. But they know what are these great companies. Then I say, okay, tell me name of good companies. Then they come and say, okay, Infosys, Wipro, these kind of names often come. And then I ask, tell me name of bad companies, right? They think for a while and suddenly realize, okay, Satyam, Enron, right? And how do they make these assessments? Because they have not worked, but they have heard a lot of things about some of these companies, reading, So, end of the day, I ask them, if I go and change the signboard in my office, remove Randstad, put Google, do I become great? No, right? But if you enter that office and if the people behave, people in the front desk, the security guard, the person who is receiving your order, the person who is executing the order, if they all behave in a certain way, that makes that Google or that makes that company great, right? I'm using these as examples, so it's not my personal opinion, but I'm saying that, eventually it is the people in the company and what they do that makes companies outperform or shine. Yeah. So my advice is, obviously, you're all young, getting into college, getting into corporates. I think keep that intellectual curiosity high. Keep learning. I think you got to learn every day, and the learning can happen not just by people teaching, but I think you need to invest time for your own self-learning. And today there is so much of content that is available for you to follow online. The other way to do is also network, right? You need to build your networks. You need to be visible. A lot of people are visible today in Instagram. You look forward for those likes, etc., which is good. But at the same time, look at also professional platforms. LinkedIn is a great way to kind of network professionally, right? So connect with people. There are forums where you can, there are HR forums, there are finance forums. So I think being part of that is really going to help you learn what's happening, right? So we have a specialism called HR. In my company, everybody does recruitment, right? We put 70,000 people to work every day. So you name the brands, we have people. And what we look at is total talent architecture. So when I go to a client, I tell them that, okay, and today talent is pretty open. They are not necessarily looking forward for permanent jobs, especially the Gen Zs and maybe in the future the Gen Alphas. I think they want time to do work, also time to conquer their personal passion, right? I have people who come and say, I cannot work for more than 3 or 4 days. Next 2 days, I want to perhaps go wildlife, visiting wildlife. I want to climb the Himalayas, and those kind of aspirations is what they have. As corporates, we look at how can we kind of ensure that both ends are met. In my days, the manager was everything. If my boss told me something, it was an instruction which I got to follow. But today, I think we cannot manage the younger workforce that way. So as Randstad, we kind of educate, or rather, when we go to corporates, we tell managers about what is important to keep the Gen Z population alive and kicking in corporates. And they come with phenomenal creativity. I love the energy they bring. I love the passion they bring. So I think it's about how do you give them a good blend of, of course, the company's KPIs, the job-related things have to be met. But along with that, how can we make them feel belong? For example, one of the things which I kind of drive as an initiative is Women Forward, right? We see in my company, 70% of the employees are women because they are recruiters. It gives them flexibility. So we do research in terms of what do employees look forward to. Few years ago, 3 years ago, the number one was compensation and benefits. If the employer gives compensation and benefits, anybody would want to go and join them. Now actually, things are changing. The first thing employees are looking forward from corporates is work-life balance. It cannot be that I work for 12 or 15 hours a day. So I need to have those breaks. And it's also about sometimes not about a 9 to 6 job. It's about outcomes, right? So if I can deliver an outcome within X number of hours, then should I still hang in the workplace? I look at it a little differently. For me, I think it's about work-life integration, especially after COVID. A lot of people work from homes, right? So you are always going to do a little bit of personal work, office work during that 9 to 5, right? And if you are in office, I think it's also about, you will always have a mix of office work, personal work. So I think how do you integrate both your work and your personal life? Second thing they are looking for is obviously flexibility, right? And flexibility is about, there is a lot of debate happening about people returning back all 5 days to office. There are also things about 4-day working, which is coming, and a lot of things. And then, there are also, when women are in a certain age group, obviously, they would need maternity and other leaves, right? So, and there are also paternity leaves that are being sought for. A lot of things are evolving in the HR space, so I think it's about, what's the right mix. Compensation and benefits is now number 3 in our research report. And this is responded by almost 3,77,000 people, right? So you can be the best paymaster, but if you are not valuing your employees, so two things people are looking for. One is my job valued? Am I valued in this organization? Do I feel a sense of belonging, right? And am I doing a meaningful job? So if these three things are certain, then you will have the best workforce, right? But then you got to keep doing that again and again and again, right? So I think these are some things which Randstad do. So we offer people on contract roles. So there are people working they're in Randstad payrolls, but they work for different companies. It could be 6 months, 11 months, 2 years. And then we also do permanent hiring. So we are like the recruiting arm for companies to find talent. We give talent to companies in 198 cities in India. Worldwide, we are in 39 countries. So overall, we have about 7 lakh employees working. It's a 24 billion euro company. So pretty large in size, but there is a lot of focus on India because of the global demographics that I mentioned, right? So I think I got to end. I'm very happy to be here with you all today. But what I would leave with you all is 2 things. One is honor the past, focus on the future. What does this mean? As students, we would have done many things. If you go look back, you might, I think I should have done this. I think I should have taken some other course, but I have taken this. That will always go to leave you in a state of regret, right? The past is past. Honor it, but focus on the future. What can I do today to kind of bounce back, right? So it's like a rear view mirror in the car. You need that rear view mirror just to ensure that you are able to watch the passing vehicles. But if you focus too much on that, you are missing the big windscreen which is ahead of you. So always focus on the windscreen. Second thing is confront the brutal facts. And I would say look in the mirror. Every morning, every time you get an opportunity, look in the mirror and say, was this day helpful for me? Did I do all the things that I'm supposed to do today, right? And confront yourself, don't be satisfied. I always have a tagline which says proud but not satisfied. I did today, I won a big business from a client. I'm very proud, but if you are satisfied, again, you are going back to good is the enemy of great, right? There are greater things that human beings can achieve, right? We referred to a lot of 𝐕𝐞𝐬𝐿 and cricket. I think you see that, even after scoring 100, Virat would look for how did I get out in this, by playing this. He goes back to the drawing board and thinks about how can I improve my technique, right? That's what makes him a great player, right? So never be, I think it's sometimes selfish, not being satisfied is also meaning greedy, but I don't mean it in that consequence, but I think if you are kind of, trying to do better than yesterday, I think you will go a long way. Finally, I think I believe in, a lot of words which start with you. They are very powerful when you are using them in the right context, right? I love to be unique. So I always, as a finance guy, thought, how can I be different from other finance people who I'm working with? I went around the organization. I asked them, tell me about your finance department, right? Oh, they are very dull people. They are very boring people, very control freaks. They make SOPs which are so difficult to follow, always making life difficult for others. So I thought, is that what, as a finance fraternity, I belong to? Is that what I want to hear or carry that as an opinion? So I started working on how can I partner with the business? How can I support them on the strategic decision making? How can I solve their problems? And that helped me today to become a CEO. If I was a finance person, otherwise I would have lifelong been a finance person. It's not bad, but now I look at how can I help that sales guy who's sitting in front of the client, he's negotiating a deal, and how can I make him feel empowered? So when I make a policy, I make sure that I get that sense. So that's about being unique. Other things are about uncompromising integrity. So what is uncompromising integrity? It's doing things when you are watched, when you are not watched, doing it in the same way. Most often, I think we have a great culture in India. Should not speak lies, you should respect elders. All these are taught when we are very young, right? But when we enter into corporates, I see that we make a lot of compromises on integrity, right? It could be fudging expense statements or violating policies, and those are things which put you in very bad light. Reputation takes a lot of time to build, but in one day it can collapse, right? So always think about doing the right things. So that's uncompromising integrity. Unquenchable desire to win, right? So you want to win. Of course, IPL is such a competitive game, and you never know till the last ball is bowled who is going to win sometimes, right? It's a very crucial match. But focus on that desire to win. That's where you will get your best, next best version out, right? And I think it's also about that unstoppable spirit, right? If you are unstoppable, you're always going to be fired up, right? And when you are fired up, I think you're going to give your best version, right? So I always look at words starting with you and try and motivate myself, and that's something which as if you all are looking in the mirror every day, honoring the past, focusing on the future, and I'm sure 3 decades from now, I think when you are in like me, I'm sure you will all be in huge responsible roles. Some of you running companies, some of you running your own businesses, startups. So I think the sky is the limit. So thank you for having me here, and all the very best to you.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words. I hope our students will follow the USP shared by you. Now I request our Director, Reverend Father Manoj D'Souza SJ, to present a memento to the Chief Guest, Mr. Viswanath, as a token of our gratitude. The award of diplomas always begins with the graduation oath, a solemn promise of conduct that each graduating student makes. I request Professor Suresh Harur to administer the oath of integrity.
I shall now administer the oath of integrity to the graduating students. I'll read out the oath and I request all of you to follow that. Please rise up. Students can rise up. Yeah. I solemnly declare and promise that if admitted to the postgraduate diploma in management, I shall, in my daily life and conversation, conduct myself as befits a member of the St. Joseph's Institute of Management. I shall, to the utmost of my capacity and opportunity, support the cause of my morality and sound learning. I shall uphold and advance social justice and the well-being of my fellow men and women. I shall faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the profession to which I may be admitted by virtue of my diploma, and I shall on all occasions maintain its purity and reputation, and I shall never deviate from the straight path of its honorable exercise. This is my solemn pledge. Okay, thank you, Sir.
May I now request the Director to kindly hand over the graduation register to Dr. Ravil Saldana. Before we start the award of diplomas, few important instructions for the graduating students. The call candidate will step into the stage from the left side, that is this side, receive their diplomas from the chairman of the governing council, shake hands, pose for the photograph, walks down the steps from the right side, signs the graduation register and returns to their seat. I repeat, the call candidate will step into the stage from the left side, receive their diplomas from the chairman of the governing council, shake hands, pose the photograph, walks down the steps from the right side, signs the graduation register and returns to their place. Now I request the Dean, Dr. A.R. Rajgopalan, to read out the names of the candidates in the order of the presentation.
Good evening, everybody. Starting with Jones Joji. I need everyone to applause. Rahul Rajasimhan. Abir Iftikhar. Abel Martin. Abhijit MS. Abraham Johns. Aditya Rajesh. Can we continue to applaud, please? Adun E. Aishwarya C. Shetty. Aishwarya S. Alan Jose. 𝐕𝐞𝐬. Alex John is absent. Alvin Wilson. Can we applaud, please? Aloysius John. Althea D. Almeida. Alvina M. Sarjan. Guys, please appreciate them. Anaga. Ansi Babu. Anjali N. Ankit Kumar Mishra. Anna Janice. Guys, please appreciate and applaud. Anto Maria Luigi. Anthony J. Paulson. Anuran Jibu. Arjunan T. Ashwin Nair. Atul Shiva Anand. Ashita Dirisala. Avinash Seraphim. Ayesha Siddika. Basant Kandulna. Bhavya S. Boni Binoy. Chaitra S. Guys, please applaud. There is dinner at the end of the convocation, okay? Chirag A. Kristen Matthew. Dean Leon Alva. Deepika N. Devesh PR. Please applaud, guys. Dipya Ranjan Das. Dylan Dude Suarez. Deepika Ranka. Ishan Aditya is absent. Fabio S. John. Farzana Talat. Fiza Maria Tankachan. Flavia William Coutinho. Frederick S. Gabriela Florence Daly. Gladys K. Glenn Anthony Pinto. Gopika Murali. Gauri S. Aradhya. Harichandana T.M. Harsh Mayank Shah. Harshita R. Henna Chris Tom. Please applaud, guys. Hital J. Shah. Himani Anand. Irene Sneha B. Ivan Joseph James. J. Abhishek Ratnam. Please applaud Jake Nice. Janaki N is absent. Jason Gregory Lewis. Jennifer J. Jerlyn Sneha K. Jerry Matthews. Jaira Isaac Arvind. Joel Villavarayar J. Put your hands together, guys. Jonathan Justin K. Jonathan Solomon M. Joseph Bijoy. Joseph Jofi. Joseph Warki. Jovita Matthew. Guys, they need your appreciation. 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐵𝐽𝐻𝐵𝐽𝐻. 𝐾. Damodaran. Sri Lakshmi K. Kanaya ji is absent. Karan Vijesh. Karthik Krishnan. Kirtana Sudhakar. Kirti P. Kevin C. Abraham. Kevin Kiran L. Kiran Santosh. Kriti Shekhar. Kritin J. Paulraj. Kuncheria AB. Kushal Kumar M. Lakshman KS. Leo Fernandez. Likita Kumari MA. Leah Scaria. Guys, applaud please. Vishnu Vijayan. Mansi Arul Mary I. Maria Bastian. Jayant S. Garadi. Meghna Dinto. Melvin Bush M. Becky Marin George. Mervyn Vijay Rodriguez is absent. Midumol T. Meleth. Mithila S. Guys, please applaud. Mithila Nayak P. Monica B. Monish S. Muhammad Rayan. Muskan Mishra. Namrata. Applaud, guys. Natasha Saivanya. Neelakantan Nair. Neeraj Kumar Pandey is absent. Neha Johnson. Neha R. I can't hear anything, guys. Neha Sudesh. Guys, please keep applauding. Neeraj G. Aradhya. Nisha S. Nishant Ranjan. Nitish Kumar N is absent. Pawan B. Pavila Sonal Miskat. Guys, please keep applauding. Don't stop. Philemon Thomas. Prajwal Mishra. Guys, come on. Pranab Sen. Prasanna Kumar S. Priscilla Pearl Christopher. Priyal Nagar. Priyashri J. Prithvi S. Gowda. Rafina Raja R. Guys, come on, please applaud. Rahul P. Benjamin. the longest name. Riancy Amanda Pearl Rodrigues. Reba Thomas. Please applaud, guys, on either side. Rihan Prince. Rion Ricky Vas. Ria Nicholas. Ria John. Guys, please applaud. Ria Kumari is absent. Rizwin Rauf. Ronnie J. Raju. Rose S. Perumayan. Applaud, guys. Roshni Bernard. Roshni Sridharan. Sahana N. Shalom Saldana. Sanskriti Sinha. Saranya R. Guys, please applaud. Sayantan Saha. Shalat Shahji is absent. Sharvesh G. Yash Kabra. Shiny Amal A. Shirley Immaculate. Shreya Chakravarti. Guys, come on, guys. Shreya Jha. Srini Tyagarajan. Srinivas TK. Shubha NK. Simra Ahmed. Guys, come on. Softy Bright. Sona Jimmy. Guys, you keep applauding. Few more names. Soundarya Lakshmi S. Shraddha SB. Continue to applaud, guys. Shri Priya Preman. Steffi Ann Varghese. Stephen V. Sushil Segal. Sushmita KS. Swada Shakti. Shweta Roy. Taskin Hina S. Tejas Bandari is absent. Tanusha ES. And the loudest of the last applause is for Varsha R. I request all the candidates that were presented with the diploma to rise. All the graduate students to rise. Father Chairman, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present the 177 students who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and fulfilled all other requirements. I request you, as the Chairman of the Governing Council, to confer the postgraduate diploma in management to these candidates, of whom 167 are present here today and 10 will be receiving the diplomas in absentia.
By the authority given to me by the Governing Council of St. Joseph's Institute of Management, I award you the postgraduate diploma in management, and I charge you that by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of the award.
Thank you, Father.
Please be seated. May I now request Dr. Avil Saldana to hand over the graduation register to the Father Chairman for the signature. Thank you, Father. May I now request Professor Vijay Lawrence to read out the prizes of academic excellence.
I request our chief guest to present the medals and certificates. So please. The called student receives the medal, shakes hand with the chief guest, walks down the steps from the other side and goes to his or her place and then takes his or her seat. Yeah. The prizes for academic excellence in the PGDM batch of 2022-24 are as follows. The gold medal for obtaining the overall first rank in the PGDM program is awarded to Divya Ranjan Das. The silver medal for obtaining the overall second rank in the PGDM program is awarded to Roshni Bernard. The silver medal for obtaining the overall third rank in the PGDM program is awarded to Lieutenant Colonel K. Damodaran. Colonel, you can remain there. The gold medal for obtaining the first rank in the finance specialization is awarded to Lieutenant Colonel K. Damodaran. The certificate for second rank in finance is awarded to Divya Ranjan Das. The gold medal for obtaining the first rank in the human resources management specialization is awarded to Roshni Bernard. The certificate for second rank in human resources management is awarded to Monica B. The gold medal for obtaining the first rank in the marketing specialization is awarded to Ashrita Dirisala. certificate for second rank in marketing is awarded to Dibya Ranjan Das. The gold medal for obtaining the first rank in the operations management specialization is awarded to Prasanna Kumar S. There is a surprise in store for the second rank in operations management. Yeah, two people will share the second prize. The certificate for second rank in operations management is awarded to Mithila. And the certificate for second rank in operations management is awarded to Tanusha ES. Thank you, sir. That brings to an end the award of prizes for academic excellence.
Thank you, sir. Up next is the honoring of our faculty. Retirement is the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. A special thank you to Dr. V. Venkatesh Raj, who had superannuated. May I now request Professor Vijay Lawrence to continue the proceedings.
I invite Dr. Venkatesh Raj to occupy the seat on the dais. I would like to speak about Dr. Venkatesh Raj, Associate Professor at SJIM, who is being felicitated today on his superannuation. He holds a BE from the Indian Institute of Science in Electronics, MBA in Finance, and a PhD in Management. He has taught courses like Business Statistics, Business Analytics, Research Methodology, Financial Markets and Services, Security Analysis and Portfolio Management, International Finance Management, Financial Modeling, Derivatives Management, etc. He has had a long association with SJIM and has contributed significantly to its growth. He has been a part of various important committees, including the Academic Council, Academic Committee, IQAC, Grievance Redressal Cell, etc. He was also the faculty coordinator of various events like 𝐻𝐫𝐞𝐬, Pinnacle, Alumni Day celebrations, CSR, etc. Dr. Venkatesh Raj, your superannuation marks the end of an era, but your legacy as a teacher and mentor will live on. You have touched so many lives, and we are grateful for all the hard work, dedication, and inspiration that you have exhibited. Finally, what do you call a person who is happy on a Monday? Okay, it's retired. Okay. Wishing you the best superannuation filled with fun, joy, and pursuing of your passionate hobbies. Dear Dr. Venkatesh Raj, we thank you for all your services at SJIM and wish you a bright and healthy future. I now request our Provincial and Director to felicitate Dr. Venkatesh Raj.
Thank you, sir. To represent the class of 22-24 and reflect as they depart, I now invite Divya Ranjan Das to address the gathering, followed by Roshni Bernard and Lieutenant Colonel K. Damodaran to address the gathering.
A very good evening to one and all present here. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the institution for providing me the opportunity to address the gathering on this joyous occasion. It gives me immense joy to be celebrating this occasion with our friends and family. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all my friends on their successful journey at SJIM. I thank the Almighty for everything. Last 2 years, perhaps, were the most important years in our academic careers. I'm sure we all look back and see to what extent we have grown in the past couple of years. I'm sure we all had different expectations, different purpose, and different outlook of coming here, but the sense of achievement would be different for everyone. For me, MBA was supposed to be the key to something big and meaningful. And the beauty of it is that it has something for everybody. Now, after completing our MBA, my opinion on this is that it's all about connecting the dots. It's about understanding how one event in one part of the world affects the other. It's about gaining the holistic understanding of forecasting and decision making and look at the bigger picture. Looking back at my journey, the first day, in fact, the first few months were incredibly nervy. In each term, I've had some great interactions, and I'm very grateful for the help and support that I've got. And I apologize if there has been any unintentional error from my side, and if I've hurt by my actions or anything like that. We have made many memories right through in this campus, from canteen, from library, from late night jamming sessions, preparations, preparing for fests, played and laughed together. I think all of us have a lot of memories over here, and we have gained a family which we will hold together for coming years. And coming to our course, I think Pinnacle was the most important point for me, and I'm sure it would be for most of you, because that's where we got the exposure and to learn from. I would like to thank our seniors for conducting such a great event. I would like to thank our Director Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza SJ, our Dean, Dr. A.R. Rajgopalan, and all our faculty members for making us learn, providing us many opportunities through conclave, by participation in fest, and by letting us celebrate a lot of events on the campus. I think we all learn something from each person, and it is necessary to remain humble and always believe that there is more to learn, and this is just the beginning. I would like to thank my parents. I would not be standing here without their hard work and sacrifice. In fact, I would like to thank all the parents, family members, and friends who are present here for believing in us and providing us with everything necessary to survive this journey. I would like to thank my other family that I got over here. I'm extremely fortunate to have got this amazing bunch of people, and I hope we stick together like we do always at the end of the day. They have helped me, understood, and tolerated me for the past 2 years. I can be really annoying. And they know who they are. I don't want to take names. Thank you for being there. You guys are the best, and I love you guys. A good education can change anyone. A good teacher can change everything. On this note, I would like to thank our faculty members. They have been instrumental in shaping our journey. They have been accessible throughout, guided us, and have imparted the knowledge and wisdom to us. I would like to thank our non-teaching staff for all their help throughout these 2 years. I've been on the stage multiple times, and each time I've walked out with more learning, more memories, and more confidence. The stage will always remain a special place for me. As we part ways and take up our own journeys, I wish all of you the very best. I'm sure you'll all reach great heights, and I hope that we achieve all that we envision in sound health. I hope that we stay connected in a way that we can reach out to each other. I'm proud of what we have achieved together, and I'm sure that we will be responsible leaders in our own capacity and be aware of our surroundings so that we can adapt whenever necessary. This institution has provided us with a platform to begin our careers, and I'm sure we will continue to contribute to SJIM as alumni in the coming years. I wish SJIM reaches bigger heights in the academic arena. I wish our juniors the very best for the journey ahead. And as always, I think I've exceeded my time. So it's been a wonderful journey and a very humbling journey to this point. And from here, we restart. Cheers to the new beginnings, everyone. Thank you so much.
Good evening, one and all. Esteemed faculty, proud parents, fellow graduates, and distinguished guests. Standing here today, I feel a deep sense of gratitude and joy. The past 2 years have been a profound journey, not just academically, but personally too. Navigating through these challenges and rewards of the program, sorry, just give me a minute. Navigating through the challenges and rewards of this program, alongside the joy and responsibility of my family life, I feel extremely grateful for the family I have, the support of my son, who has filled my world with joy. My husband, who has been the rock throughout my journey. My parents, my in-laws, Amma, thank you for being there. And you have always encouraged and believed in me. So thank you so much. Their love and support has been my anchor, honestly. Each moment I get up every morning and I look at our son play, and I always feel that the reason why I embarked on this journey, I get reminded of it again. And I feel that it was for our future. And I wanted to always show our son the power of perseverance, commitment, and hard work. It, of course, wouldn't have been possible with the guidance of our professors. All of you, thank you so much. And our mentors at SJIM, you have been instrumental throughout this journey. You've taught us more than just management theories. You have taught us how to apply them with empathy and integrity. To all my fellow batchmates, thank you so much for your friendships and insights have been immeasurable throughout this journey. We've supported each other through thick and thins, learning and growing together. So thank you so much. As we stand ready, turning a new page, let's carry forward the lessons and memory from SJIM with pride and purpose. Let us move forward with a determination to make a meaningful impact in the choices of our field. Thank you so much, SJIM, for the incredible journey of my life. Thank you so much, everyone, who have stood by us, believing in us, even when the stakes were high. Congratulations to the class 2024. Here's to new beginning. Thank you, everyone.
Dignitaries in the dais, professors, non-teaching and support staff, parents, and my fellow students. Good evening to one and all. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey together. We are gathered here to celebrate not just an ending, but a remarkable new beginning for everyone who is graduating and moving on to the new adventures. 2 years ago, we all embarked on a journey on the quest of knowledge at a prestigious B school whose motto is Fidet Labore, means by faith and toil. For me, pursuing the PGDM at the age of 52 has been full of challenges, at the same time exciting. To name a few, the age gap with the fellow students, the fading memory, the adoption of new technology, and finally the family commitments which I had. So I consciously removed my rank when I joined SJIM while entering the form, so that I can have a rapport with the fellow students and the professors alike. So adhering to the professor's instructions, having faith in God, taking help of the fellow students, and putting in a little hard work has enabled me to sail through the course successfully. The motto, faith and toil, helped me throughout the course. During the course, I came across wonderful fellow students who are smart, highly talented, creative, hardworking, articulate, and more importantly, independent in thought and action. I was inspired by several girl students who had funded their studies on their own, which is a clear indication that the nation is changing and no one can stop from India becoming a developed nation in the near future. I will cherish the fond memories that I experienced during the course. I thoroughly enjoyed the classes of all the professors, and I hardly missed any. I had always admired the patience that the faculty had exhibited and the teaching methods adopted while explaining the concepts. I would like to thank all the teaching faculty for their tireless efforts in making learning interesting. I would be failing in my duty if I don't mention the efforts of the support staff who made the duration of the course pleasant. The staff were very courteous in their approach and extremely sincere. They were always involved in keeping the classrooms ready and ensuring a cleaner environment. I would like to thank every one of them for their dedication. The administrative staff were very forthcoming on the issues faced and were very useful throughout. After completing the PGDM, I can confidently say that the institution has lived up to its vision of nurturing responsible business leaders having concern for society and environment. The teaching methodology adopted, the values practiced, diversity and inclusiveness, and the curriculum followed have helped to develop industry-ready graduates with integrity, ethics, and social responsibility. Starting from the orientation to internship and placement, the college had taken keen interest in shaping the personality of the students. I would like to stress the fact that institutions become great not because of the faculty or the infrastructure that they provide, but the students who are the soul of the institution. The college has done its part, and it's our responsibility to enhance the reputation of this institution. So I would urge every one of us who is graduating, who is going to be the brand ambassadors of SJIM, to adopt the Jesuit spirit of Magis and continuously learn with the passion for excellence. It will propel this institution to greater heights as we grow from strength to strength. All that I have spoken till now has been possible only with the foresight and planning of the director and the dean, whose efforts have ensured the college to achieve greater milestones. I would be missing if I don't mention my family, who had been very supportive of my stay here and doing the course, in spite of a lot of pressing domestic issues. Finally, I would like to thank the organization for allowing me to express my views in front of this esteemed audience. Jai Hind.
Thank you, students. May I now request Provincial Reverend Dionysius was SJ to deliver the presidential address.
The chief guest of the Convocation of St. Joseph's Institute of Management, CA Mr. Viswanathan, MD and CEO of Randstad India, Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, the Director of SJIM, Dr. A.R. Rajgopalan, the Dean, Professor Lawrence, the Associate Dean, esteemed members of the faculty, your parents, well-wishers, and my dear graduating students. It has been a very beautiful day, beautiful evening here listening to all of you. Some of you very emotional and some of you very insightful. Beginning with the chief guest of today, Mr. Viswanathan. Some of you graduating students very emotional. Remembrance and gratitude are two emotions that well up in my heart this evening. And I think, as Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said, everyone holds his fortune in his own hands. Like a sculptor, the raw material he will fashion into a figure. The skill to mold the material into what we want must be learnt and attentively cultivated. If I ask you at the end of this program at SJIM and you are going on to a new future, a new beginning, what would you carry? And if your employer asked you, what are the things that you learned in SJIM, what would you say? I would say three things: academic excellence, character formation, social concern. And that's what all of you spoke about during your speeches. Our core educational mission is to prepare future leaders and citizens for lives of service. We at SJIM are motivated, despite the number of hurdles, to develop an institution into a comprehensive social project that approaches its teaching, research, and outreach missions not as narrow educational enterprises, but as ways to live out our vision of creating men and women for and with others in practice. SJIM is believed to be a cradle of novel ideas, crucibles of creative thoughts, incubators of out-of-the-box inquiries, fountains of expertise across different disciplines, and nurseries of intellectual capital. I especially want to thank all the faculty members for creating such an environment at SJIM. Kindly give them a big round of applause. I especially want to thank your parents. If you are here coming to the end of a very important phase in your life, it is your parents who have contributed much, and many of them are here, some of them are not here. Two things that parents can give us: roots and wings. Roots of responsibility and wings of freedom. And I think you need to give a bigger applause to them for that. Dear students, I know it has been a long evening, and I think three things are very important for you as you graduate and you begin a new career. We are in the age of innovation. We need plentiful skills today, and Mr. Viswanathan was talking about it during our meeting before. And third is integrity. Innovation is upon us, and we must recognize that this is not just an opportunity but a responsibility. The lack of effective systems and structures affect the poor and the marginalized the most and widens the opportunity gap. I was very happy to hear some of them have funded their own studies with difficulty. If we do not rise to the occasion, the eventual price will be paid by all of society. The economist Karthik Muralidharan used this analogy recently that I like. Imagine a plane. Many of us in the upper and middle classes might be in the first or business class of the plane, with the poor and the marginalized in the economy class. Still, it's one plane. We are all in. And if it goes down, it takes everyone with it. And therefore, we have responsibility to society. And that's what SJIM is especially for. Second is integrity, to walk the talk. And I liked what Mr. Viswanathan said, whether it is in front or behind, you are able to live your lives in integrity. And therefore, a love for learning, a longing for discovery, and a commitment to pursue the truth are the underpinnings of a great institution. Dear students, a long road lies ahead of you. You will approach it with hope and confidence. Above all, you will approach it with generosity and humility, the two most important badges you can wear on the road through life. As someone beautifully put it, I believe in hands that work, brains that think, and hearts that love. On a convocation day like this, I like to say this. You know, there's a difference between running a sprint and running a marathon. After your studies here, you are beginning not a sprint race, but a marathon. For sprint, you need energy. But for marathon, you need stamina. May your integrated lives that you have learned here at SJIM take you forward and make you fruitful. God bless you, and God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. As another memorable event in the history of St. Joseph Institute of Management draws to a close, I request Professor Vijay Lawrence to propose the vote of thanks.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Viswanath PS, Reverend Father Dionysius was, Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, Dr. Charles Lazardo, and other members of the Governing Council, Academic Council, Dr. A.R. Rajagopalan, faculty members, staff, students, parents, guardians, and well-wishers, I deem it my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this extraordinary occasion. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our honorable chief guest, Mr. Viswanath PS, MD and CEO, Randstad India, for gracing the occasion, addressing our graduating batch, and for distributing the special awards to our academic toppers. Sir, your convocation address was indeed very thought-provoking. We are grateful that you shared your expertise that so keenly engaged our audience. I'll just quickly recall, you started off by talking about the importance of talent, how you gave the scenario of different regions like Europe, and then you spoke about the Japanese region, and also you compared it with what's happening in Asia. And then you moved on to how the world, the global environment turned into a borderless and boundaryless environment purely because of COVID. And how we were able to, as India, as a nation, were able to capitalize on that. And then towards the end, you spoke about the impact of artificial intelligence. But also you gave a message that we need to, look for what are the opportunities, like you spoke about the customers and all that. And then I, for one, I'm going to read that book. Jim Collins is the name you said. I remember because I've heard a lot of Phil Collins songs, so the Collins names, I'll read that book, sir. And your parting message was on, for our students, on how to honor the past and also focus on the future. So your speech has left a lasting and indelible impression. Thank you, Mr. Viswanath, for your time today, despite your hectic schedule. Thank you. Reverend Father Dionysius was Provincial Karnataka Jesuit Province and Chairman, SJIM Governing Council, is an astute and erudite leader who constantly guides, motivates, and inspires us to reach greater heights in all our endeavors. Dear Father Dionysius, our deep sense of appreciation to you for your gracious presence in today's program, for delivering the presidential address, and for conferring of the diplomas to our graduates. Thank you, dear Father. We are headed in the right direction under the guidance of our dynamic director, Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, SJ. Soon after, we received a mail from director that delegated the convocation responsibilities. Every one of us was on our toes. From the day the preparations began, Father was foreseeing and coordinating all the activities enthusiastically. Father, we thank you for the welcome address and for the presentation of the annual report of SJIM, highlighting all the achievements and events. Thank you, Father. We are thankful to all the members of our Governing Council and Academic Council for their constant guidance and suggestions. I would like to thank our Dean, Dr. R. Rajagopalan, for all his efforts and continued support. I thank Professor Suresh Arur for administrating the oath of integrity today. Now coming to the most important segment of today's audience, our graduating students. We have seen you outperform each other in academics like term end exams, BMEs, etc. We have also witnessed your untiring efforts in various events like Verve, Pinnacle, International Conference, the annual business plan, the conclaves, the mega sports event JPL, the SJIM equivalent of IPL. CSR events like the blood donation camp, cultural activities and others. A note of appreciation to the student council of your batch for all your teamwork and organizing the various events. Today, all of us assembled here applaud your achievements, culminating in successfully graduating out of SJIM. All of you have toiled hard and richly deserve your PG diplomas. Graduation is only the beginning of your journey. Congratulations on your big day and best wishes for your next chapter. Our graduated students of 2022-24 deserve the biggest round of applause. Our sincere gratitude goes to all the parents, guardians and well-wishers for your rock-solid support and encouragement. Without your constant motivation, our graduated students would not have been able to achieve their due success. We are indebted to you for the faith and trust reposed in us. Thank you so much for attending the event today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this involved a lot of planning and preparation. Under the guidance of our director, the whole program was backed by a team of very committed faculty members. Our thanks to each one of them for facilitating critical aspects and for stitching this ceremony together. A special thanks to Dr. Binny Cherian for doing a very good job as the MC. Our administrative staff and their team, I'm sure, have made your journey at SJIM unforgettable. You will forever treasure and cherish the pleasant memories and time spent in the office, library, placement office, canteen, etc. A special thanks to the entire non-teaching staff and support staff for their involvement in all the various activities today. Thanks to our student toppers for sharing their fond memories and experiences during their stint in the campus. I'd like to thank Air Vice Marshal Rajesh Bhandari, father of Tejas Bhandari, for facilitating the Air Force Band today. Thanks to our students for reading from the sacred scriptures, and also to the Student Council of the current first year for their assistance in various activities. Thanks to members of the press and electronic media covering the ceremony. To conclude, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I thank each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request the chairman, Reverend Father Dionysius was SJ, to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the 27th convocation of St. Joseph's Institute of Management closed.
I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request everyone to remain standing till the convocation procession leaves the venue. Graduating students and parents, please stay back.
Welcome to St. Joseph's Institute of Management, Bengaluru. Karnataka's oldest business school, established in 1968. SJIM is part of a 450-year-old international network of Jesuit educational institutions.
SJIM's greatest strength is its brand image, which is born out of its rich heritage. Our extensive alumni network, built up over 65 years, make our graduates recognized and respected for their values and work ethic in the industry.
Our campus is off MG Road in Bangalore Central Business District, where students experience excellent infrastructure and cutting-edge technologies.
We are one of the top 5 business schools in Bengaluru, and we were ranked in the top 125 business schools in India in the Government of India's NIRF rankings. Our program is recognized by the AICTE and the AIU, and we are NBA accredited and are moving towards the international AACSB accreditation.
Our average salary is around 9 lakhs per annum. This year, the highest placement offer made was 22 lakhs and has been steadily increasing. We consistently place almost 100% of our students in top MNCs and in a domain of their choice.
We proactively embrace students of diverse backgrounds. SJIM believes that no students should be denied admission due to lack of funds. Our fees are affordable, there are collateral-free loans available from SBI, and large number of our students do get scholarships. Hostel facilities are available for both boys and girls.
Throughout the year, there are many cultural, co-curricular and sports activities which help us build strong bonds with each other. SJIM is an inclusive institution where different backgrounds are respected and talents are developed.
We have an excellent faculty body drawn from some of India's and the world's leading institutions, and many opportunities to connect with the industry. Students can specialize in 2 out of 5 specializations which we offer, which are finance, marketing, human resources management, business analytics and operations.
At SJIM, the hallmark is the synergy between academia and industry. Frequent industry conclaves are organized. Alumni mentorship is facilitated. Industry visits are arranged. And strategic partnerships are fostered, all within the dynamic ecosystem for nurturing tomorrow's leaders.
At SJIM, we take pride in nurturing the global mindset, a commitment reflected in our strategic collaborations with business schools in US, Mexico, Spain, Philippines, Malaysia and Taiwan.
Our selection process is firmly based on merit. We evaluate academic excellence, entrance exam scores like CAT, work experience, and conduct rigorous personal interviews. We look for well-rounded individuals with domain knowledge and strong communication. St. Joseph's Institute of Management, where opportunities are boundless, friendships are lifelong, and dreams are within reach. Join us at St. Joseph's Institute of Management, Bengaluru, and be a part of a journey that will change your life trajectory.